Hey everybody, it's Vanessa, the Crafty Gemini, and welcome to episode number 161 of WIP Wednesday. This is my weekly live show where I come to y'all live from my home crafting studio, and we have actually a couple different things that we're going to be talking about today. So first, let's make sure that y'all can see me and hear me. So if you are tuning in on Facebook or on YouTube, let us know in the chat where you're tuning in from. I'm coming to y'all from North Central Florida, where we were supposed to get snow today, but we didn't. We just got cold rain. That's it down here, okay? I know further up in the Panhandle and stuff, a lot of my friends got snow. And my husband's family in New Orleans got snow. So that's pretty wild for us down here in the South. Okay, we got Mary tuning in for Virginia. Winless Originals is in the house. Hi, Tracy. Great, thank you. She says she can see me and hear me fine. We got Eileen in the house. Who else we got on here? Hi, Miss Lynette. Hey, Deborah. All right, great. We got Wind Sprinter tuning in from Maryland, and Diana says she can see me and hear me in or on YouTube. Awesome. Hi, Philip, tuning in from Tennessee. Welcome, everybody. So the first thing I wanted to go over is, one, to let you know that we're still running, or we're still in the Charlie Bomber Jacket sew-along this month. I finished mine. I think last week on WIP Wednesday, I shared with y'all the jacket I was working on, so I finished it and I made it reversible. Those of you that are in the sew-along already have seen it. We've talked about it because we had one of our live question and answer sessions, but we still have another one scheduled for this Sunday, so it's not too late to join in, okay? Because my video course, that is what we're following along to make the jacket, it has 27 video lessons that never expire. So you can definitely still sign up, and I have actually left the course on sale the whole month. I think I said that last week. We've left the course on sale $30 off. So if you want to learn how to make this jacket using the Jalie Charlie Bomber Jacket pattern, definitely check it out. The link is in the description box below. I'm going to put this guy on just to show y'all how it turned out. So cute. So it's reversible. I just used the reversible jacket so that I would have a reversible sample to show y'all because I only had like the lined versions, and the unlined version I made like 6 years ago. I don't even have that jacket anymore. But this one has a reversible zipper, and I used black Sherpa as the lining. It is so warm and cozy on the inside, and because the Sherpa lining stretches more than what the pattern calls for, and the Liverpool animal print fabric that I used also stretches more than what the pattern calls for. The pattern calls for a fabric that has just 10% stretch, and these fabrics have way more. So you can see that I can zip it up. I feel like I literally have a layer of fluff on the inside with that black Sherpa. Super, super comfy and cute. And then of course we have those welt pockets. I'm not sure if you can see them. Look how cute. I love my little jacket, y'all. With some black little pants, black leggings, some black boots. So, so cute. Okay, so if you want to find out more about this jacket and like what I use and all that stuff, we talked about that in the live Q&A that I did in the sew-along for the Charlie Bomber Jacket. So those of you that are in the course can just log into the course and click where it says the live Q&A number 1. And it'll have the date of last Sunday. You can click on it and you'll just watch the replay there. The course itself teaches you in 27 different video lessons how to make the jacket unlined, lined like this. You can see the black Sherpa. And actually, I'll go ahead and just put it on reversible for you so you can see that I'm not lying. I didn't put pockets in on the lining, so it's technically, like if you wanted to make it fully reversible, right, you would probably do pockets on both, the exterior and the lining, so that you could wear it any size. Look at that, with a little pop of animal print as the lining, if you didn't want it to sing too much, but I do have a pop of animal print. Well, you can't see it down here, because the fabric that wraps around here, that finishes and connects to the waistband, is one piece. So whatever you use for it on the one side, you're going to see it on the other. But I think that's so cute. Just a little bit of something. Everything else is black. Okay? And then my zipper pull. And we sell these reversible zippers. We also sell the regular jacket zippers in like 14 different colors. Okay? So I just swing the zipper pull to the front. And boom. Look at me. I was reaching for the pockets. There are no pockets on this one. I didn't put pockets on the lining. Just be careful with what fabric you use for both pockets, because if you're going to make it like this, like kind of thickish fabrics on both sides, and you're going to have the bulk of pockets on both to make it fully reversible, be careful that you don't end up with too much bulk right here with the fabric that you're using for the pockets, okay? But let me try to scoop back so you can see the little nugget of animal print fabric that shows up just here and here. The rest of it is black, okay? So fully lined, but yes, you could make it fully reversible with pockets on both if you wanted to. Okay, let me pop into the chat here. Hi, Brenda. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Lynette. So yeah, so that's the finished one. I went ahead and started another one. And give me a second here. Hold on, because I've been sneezing for literally like the past 2 hours, y'all. Ooh, my nose is itchy. Okay, so okay, now I'm working on another jacket. I whipped that one up, boom, boom. It took me just like split up in like 2 or 3 days, like a couple hours at night each time. That was it. I'm working on another one. Can we go ahead and give them the over-the-shoulder camera shot just so they can see the one that I have out here? It's not fully done, but this is the next one. This is a quilted knit that we had in stock. We're already sold out. And then that black Sherpa that I used for the lining of the other jacket, I'm using it for the exterior sleeves of this one, and I'm making this one unlined, okay? That's why you might see the serger overlocking stitches here. I just wanted it to be a little bit more finished than the first time I had made one unlined, and so I went ahead and just serged all the edges of the pieces, and that way, once it's done, you know, the inside will look a little bit more finished. Okay, so this is the unlined version, so it'll be a more lightweight jacket, and so I use slightly thicker fabrics, still with a bunch of stretch. Still needs what? The collar, the cuffs, the zipper, and the waistband. But if you got my email today, those of you that are on my email newsletter, you saw that I posted 4 pictures, one with each one of these 4 zippers, because I still haven't decided. I'm leaning towards the black, but I was just playing around with some different colors, zippers, that I could use on this jacket. So let me know in the chat box which color zipper you would use on this jacket. The black, which kind of goes the most, you know, because the ribbing on the neckline and the cuffs and stuff is going to be black as well. So we could go black. We could go red. And you won't see that much of the zipper tape. So really I should kind of cover it like. But of course you won't see that edge either. It'll be like that. Okay, so we could do red. Not bad. We could do this kind of darker red. I think this is break or rust or something like that. We have these in our shop. Different color jacket zippers. We could do that one. Or we could do gray. So let me know in the chat which color zipper you would use. I always like to do those types of polls and see. Sometimes it's like what you least expect. But on this one so far, I did a little poll on Instagram too, and most of you were saying just the plain old black. So I'll probably go with that one. Yep, I see some of you are chiming in already. Deborah says, I think I would use the black. Laurette says black. Jamie, hi Jamie. She says black. Darlene and Linda also say black. And Windless Original says, what did you say up here? Dark red or the black. And Tamara likes the black too. Yeah, I'll probably end up going with the most of y'all there with just the plain black. That one like that. Like that. And then I have to decide still the fabric for the neckband, because I don't have like a super stretchy black ribbing. I mean, I do, but look. It looks black on camera, but in person, it has like a blue tinge. Y'all remember we were talking about this last week? And so I'm trying to like get it to go around and look to see how it looks. Ah, that kind of looks black there. But I feel like when I have it right next to the red, it plays like navy to me. And because I have so much black everywhere, I don't want it next to the black to look a little bit blue. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what I decide. But I got this far along just working on it last night. So I'm not that far from being done. I just have to do the zipper and then finish the cuffs, the neckline, and the waistband. Those are quick. Pretty quick to do. So then I will let y'all know when I'm done with this one. So if you want to participate in this so long, it's not too late to join. You can still participate. The course lessons never expire. They don't go anywhere. And this is the pattern that we're using. We had sold out of these Jalie Charlie Bomber Jacket patterns last week. Yeah, we sold out last week when we announced that we had them back in stock again. And we sold out, so we ordered more. And because it was a holiday this week, and I'm sure this whole winter storm thing, they're going to be here like I think Friday. So if you want to get a hard copy pattern from us, make sure that you use the link I put in the description box below and just add your email address to the wait list. That way, once we add them right back in stock, you'll get an instant email notification letting you know that they're in and you are ready to order if you want to get the hard copy pattern. I also included the PDF version, the link to it where you can buy it directly from Jalie, okay? And they're a French-Canadian company, so those of you that are Canadian, you could probably get it for less shipping cost and everything, just ordering it directly from them, okay? Oh, good. So black, 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 black. Christina says black or sparkly. Unfortunately, I don't have a jacket zipper in a sparkly kind of, that would be kind of funky, but I don't have any. Trelisa's asking, do I have any of that Sherpa in the shop? So I mentioned this to the students that were already signed up for the course, and I am going to add whatever bit I have left of it on a bolt. So I still have to cut it up and kind of measure it to see how many chunks. But I'm going to sell it in 2-yard cuts for those of you that mentioned that you want to make it for the lining like I did. Because you need, if you're going to do one fabric and you're going to make it lined, you need 1 5/8 yards worth of the same fabric, no matter which size. Like if you're making one of the larger adult sizes, okay? So 1 5/8 is more than 1.5, so we'll just sell it in 2-yard cuts. Let's see what else. Yep, D says black. Jackie says she's cutting out her pattern right now. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, so I just want to give you all the heads up on that, show you the progress on that jacket, and show you my super cute finished one. That's done. Now we're ready to move on to the next thing. So today, I wanted to share with y'all that my friends at GE Designs shipped me this big box. Can you put the front camera again, please, so I can show them the big stuff? So they shipped me this big box with their new quilting case. Now we can go back to the other one because I'm using a lens here so that hopefully y'all can see the full thing. Here we go. Okay, so when I was at H&H Americas, a conference this year, my friend Gudrun was sharing with me, I guess it was like a sample or a prototype. Not this year, last year, duh, we're in another new year. She was showing me and my friend Sarah from So Sweetness the sample that they had of this to show us like this new item that was coming out. So it's out now, and this is it. This case, okay, it has a hard exterior, but still kind of not super stiff and hard, right? Like it still is movable a little bit. On the inside here, and I actually just started putting stuff into this right before the show today just to show y'all, because I wanted to kind of experiment a little bit and see what all I can fit into it. All right, let me get a sip of water real quick. Sonia says she has it. She says, I have my Stripology case and I love it. For those of us that go to classes, retreats, guild meetings, show and tells, and all of that, this thing is like, for those of you that have been in my bag clubs in the past, do y'all remember like the retreat in a bag project that we did years and years ago? It's a course that I have on my site, but it's all made and it's quilted and you're using these buckles and it's like a lot of pieces and stuff like that. This is like that bumped up with a hard case, okay? Plenty of room on the inside and everything. So let's start. If you open it up, you see that on this side, you have a little thing with a little buckle. So if you're taking works in progress, right? Like half-finished quilts, if you're going to a retreat and you have like some blocks done or you need to piece them into the quilt top, you can load them there. If you are attaching quilt binding to a quilt, you can just slip the whole quilt under here, okay? And I just have like a quick little table runner here, but just for a visual. You would put your quilt under there, okay? Let me put my chat back up so I can see y'all. Okay, so that's that. And I put my affiliate link to this case in the description box below. So if anybody wants to check it out, you can definitely use my link. Now, this first one here has this is a fabulous idea. On one piece, like one of these partitions, you have all these pockets. So this is bound, okay? It's not see-through. This is a solid pocket. You have a shorter one, a medium one, and then a taller one here, okay? So 3 pockets on the one thing. And we'll go into, and I'll slip in rulers. And I pulled some of my rulers. I pulled out Stripology rulers, different size cutting mats. So we'll go through kind of what can we fit in here and what we can't. So you can see what all it would work for. When I flip, you can see this is nice and stiff, okay? So it can hold a lot, and it's nice and hard too. So when I flip it, this side of it has zipper pockets. Let me see if I can hold this like this. So there's a zipper pocket here. This one is mesh, but it's like a stretch mesh. Super cool, because I could see myself putting like fabric in here to have it stretch up a little bit so that you can fit a lot and have it have some give. I put in one of my Stripology books. So if you have patterns, fabric bundles, your cut patchwork pieces, maybe you're going to a class or you're going to go sew with some friends and you want to piece the blocks together, you can just slip in the different components of the blocks in here, okay? So this book, I just slipped it in there, and this is a zippered pocket. On the other side, it has another zippered pocket that falls behind these 3 mesh slip-in pockets. You see that? And let me see what I can put in here. I'm going to put some rotary cutters just so that y'all can visually see how the stuff goes in there. So it's not just for your rulers, right? You can slip in your tools, your notions, all that kind of stuff. Slip in all kind of different little things. Pouches with your sewing clips, marking tools, scissors, whatever. And just stash it away, okay? If I slide this up, then on this second partition here, the pockets are slightly different. These don't have zippers, but they have these really like heavy duty hook and loop tape tabs that close the mesh stretchy pockets, okay? So on this one, I just went ahead and slipped in some of the GE designs, like the G-Easy stickers, some little patterns. You know how we do when we go to classes or retreats that we're not exactly sure, unless the retreat is like teaching you certain projects. Sometimes, you know, you have downtime at night and you're not sure what you want to work on. So you end up bringing a bunch of stuff and materials and patterns for different projects. So this works out great for that too. You can just put in a couple different simple projects and slip them right in there. If it's smaller projects, you can slip the pattern in with the fabric that you need for it, okay? 4 fat quarters or 5 fat quarters and some elastic or whatever it is. You just slip it in here and just close the little tab on it, and that way it's sectioned off by pocket. And this has 4 of those same size pockets. Now, they might look small for this, but I went ahead and checked to see if I could fit the books in here. So the full Stripology books fit inside of these mesh pockets. One by itself. Obviously, you could put a few more things in, but 2 books would be a little bit too thick. I tried it already, and it kind of stretches it a little bit too much. But I put in 2 more books in here like this. And that way you can put stuff in here, and I think with that hook and loop tab, it'll help keep it shut and keep things from sliding out, okay? Yes, Philip says, I love that. I have to get one. I mean, it's an investment. But for those of you that have already invested in Stripology rulers, because you know they're pricey, but they work so well for what they do, they're also, because they have all those slits in them, and I'll show you them. For those of you that are not familiar with Stripology rulers in a second, they can be really easily broken. If you know, in any way kind of pull on it, distort it, or snap any of the acrylic slit, like the portions in between the slits. And so this was a fabulous way for Gudrun to come up with this, where you can keep them safe and straight, because we know the bigger the acrylic ruler, the more expensive it is, and we definitely don't want to have those snapping on us, okay? So like I showed you on this side, it has those 4 pockets with the hook and loop tab closure strap. The other side of it is the same. It has 4 pockets again with the hook and loop tab closure. So just those 2 flaps inside, and you can fit a ton of stuff. On the other side, here we go, another one of those. So you can put yardage folded up here, a quilt folded up that you need to bind, all that kind of stuff. We'll throw away the little silica pack, and then it also came with the strap. Ooh, nice heavy duty metal. So this lobster clasp that it has here opens up, and they hook right here, I'm assuming. On the outside of the case, it has these 2 heavy-duty loops here. Can y'all see that? Yeah, here and here. And so I just clamp it to one side, and then I'm going to clamp the other one to the other. So you can sling this over your shoulder. Ooh, and it's padded and everything. You can adjust it, looks like. Yep. And you can slide it on that side and this side to keep them even, depending on how much you're, you know, making it, how much longer you're making it. And then just throw it over your shoulder, okay? Looks good. Now this here, I bet if you lived in an apartment or you had smaller limited space, and maybe you just had like a closet, or like maybe behind the door is the space that you have to hang your stuff up, to keep your materials away, stashed away, instead of having them out like that, you could also hang this thing open like this, okay, from this hook. Now, let me see. Okay, so we already went ahead and put in the link for y'all in the description. I see that for anybody that's asking. You can use my affiliate link in there. What else? Yeah, Brenda says Gudrun has a sew-along coming up this month. She does a ton of classes, retreats, cruises, and sew-alongs. They're super fun. Let's see. It does, Tamara. It holds a ton. All right, so let me grab some water. Oh, I thought that was something else in there. Okay, so that's that. Let's go back to the front of this thing, and I'm going to start grabbing rulers and cutting mats and stuff to see what all we can fit in this, okay? Okay, now, Jamie says I haven't purchased any of those rulers yet because I'm afraid I'll break them. The case would be awesome storage for them, assuming they fit in that case. So here we go. I have all of them here. Where did I put them? Okay, so I had taken out like my 5x10 inch ruler, my 10-inch slicer. All that stuff would obviously fit in any of these little pockets, okay? The Stripology ones, here we go. I have the little guys, which are my the Stripology Quarters Mini and the Stripology Squared Mini. Look how cool, okay? 1, 2. Both of the mini ones fit just in the front pocket, okay? Let's scoot up and grab the next guy. Then I have the Stripology Squared. And you know, I keep them stored here in my studio just on a flat shelf underneath one of my big ironing boards here. And I just keep them flat because I'm in my room, but I've never taken them to a retreat. So I really hadn't even thought about like how in the world I would move these guys, making sure that they stayed flat. I would probably just put it like behind my ironing board or something stiff, hard like that, and then tote it in one of my things. But I really wouldn't be able to fit all of them. You know, I would just like pick one of the little guys and then make sure that it stayed nice and flat and straight so it doesn't snap. For those of you that are new to Stripology rulers, I've done some other WIP Wednesday episodes using these. We've done classes on them. There are slits here. Can you see how I'm moving that? There are slits. I'm trying not to pull on them too hard. I'm not trying to break this thing. But the chunks of plastic, of acrylic that are in between the slits, if you push too hard one way, you can see how it's just going to snap, okay? So you definitely want to have these as flat as possible. So this is Stripology Squared. Fits right in there. And then I have the Stripology XL. Let me try not to break this because I have other rulers on top of it. Here we go. This is the big boy. And look at this. I love that this pocket here is just perfect to slide this big boy in. Nice, snug, super flat, and they all fit in there. Okay? And then obviously because this is here, you know, you're going to have that hard cover on that side. But because this is stiff and hard, it keeps your rulers flat so that even if you have stuff on this side of the case where like you have maybe a fat quarter bundle, some fabric over there, a quilt folded up on this half, even if it's uneven there, they are already flat against the hard back of this one flap. So I love that. They're not going anywhere. They're not going to get snapped there. Okay? Yep, Sonia, they all fit. Definitely. So I love that about it. Now, that's the only one of the panels that has like the slip-in pockets for the rulers, okay? So if you only have one Stripology ruler or two or whatever, you know, maybe you don't need all of these spaces to hold the Stripology rulers. If you do have them, obviously you can take them off. Say you're going to like a Stripology retreat where that's all you're going to use. That's perfect, right? Now, I'm going to take these guys out and I'm going to lay them flat here against my table. And we're going to play around with some other rulers because I know a lot of us have other rulers. And if you buy something like this, this is a great investment, but you want to make sure that it's going to be able to hold some of your stuff. A lot of us love our 6-inch by 24-inch rulers, right? These guys are usually the toughest ones to bring with you to a class because they're so long and, again, can snap quite easily if you just have them sticking out of a big toe, something, you know, you hit it with something and it can easily snap. So, notice, I put it all the way in there and it fits. 6 by 24. If you are a teacher and you're going to go teach the class or the retreat and you need to bring a bunch of rulers, you could put like 2 or 3 of them in here. Okay, and then slide some other ones right here. So let's try, obviously, some little ones. You know, you could fit the little guys in there, no big deal. I pulled one of the rulers that I rarely ever take out of my house because of the size. I don't even really take these to retreats. Sometimes I'll take like 1 or 2, you know, just in case somebody's working on a quilt that they can trim up their big blocks and stuff. This is a 16.5-inch by 16.5-inch ruler. This thing is massive. Y'all know, if you have this, you know how big this thing is. Boom. A 16.5-inch square. That thing is huge. So if you're thinking about your 12.5-inch ruler, you know, the one that a lot of us use to trim up our blocks, this guy, 12.5 by 12.5, and probably just slip it back here. Yep, done. You can put your little guys in that middle pocket. I mean, like, you could just keep sliding in rulers, okay? So all that in there. Boom, reach in, you know, pull out the ones that you need and all that. And there's still space in here. I could do another. Let me grab my other strip ruler just to make sure. Because, you know, you always want to check, not just for length, but so that the thickness of the material going in will also fit. Huh. Could I fit another one in? Maybe not. We'll try it. Let's try it. Why not? Let me grab one more. This guy. Yeah, a little bit of overlap, but still flat enough to stay flat. That's 3 of the 6" by 24" rulers here. So if you're working on a project or you're teaching a project, you're going to a guild meeting, you're cutting out a bunch of strips, or you're working on a binding project or something, look at that. So good. So good. Okay, something else I wanted to show y'all. I'm going to take these guys out of here for now. Brenda says you can load it up. Absolutely, right? Yeah, Windless Original says her biggest ruler is that 12.5" square. She has her eye on the 16.5". I mean, that one's great. For when I used to teach kids and things like that, you know, if they needed like a big chunk or we're making envelope-style pillow covers, instead of making a template or having them measure across, you could literally just put that big one on top and be like, okay, now trace around it so you can go around it with your scissors, and that makes it super easy. So, what else? I have here, let me pull these little, well, I'll just leave them. No big deal. I just don't want them to. Oh, we got a question? I don't see it. Oh, how many rulers do I have? Oh, dozens, Lynette. Dozens, for sure. Let me grab some water. Okay. What else? Cutting mats. Here we go, friends. We know that if we go to a class, we need a cutting mat. So, I have a little guy here. I don't really ever use these unless it's like a smaller project, but this is a 12 by 18. So for those of you that use 12 by 18 mats, or this is what you take with you, you know, with your stuff when you go to a class, that definitely will fit in here. Okay, easy. You know, obviously with some other stuff so it stays put, but this, because it's smaller, this will also fit in here. Okay, so you can fit your cutting mat in the slide pocket or on here. Here's something that I pulled out before the show started because I was like, you know, it'd be cool. I'm trying to think of the different ways that we would use something like this to make it, you know, worth your the cost as an investment. If you have a machine that has a like a portable table that you can take with you, you know, some of us that have those So Easy tables that we roll with us to the retreats, they have an acrylic like insert that goes around the shape of your sewing machine so that it sits in the table. This is for a different table, not that one. This is for one of my Arrow cabinet tables. But we often, if we're setting up like a travel sewing table, you'll have some chunks of acrylic like this. Or I forget the name of the company that makes them, but I know a lot of you would bring them to the retreats where this goes like this and it has like the legs and it has like a little drawer and you put your stuff in there. You know, there's different components that need to go with your sewing machine when you're traveling. So this is something else that y'all can fit in here to take it with you on the go, okay? And then set up your machine, you know, whenever you get to where you're going. What else? Okay, what else? This one. Dun, dun, dun. Who else has invested in that Martelli roundabout? We sold so many of these over the years. This is a rotating cutting mat, okay? The whole thing, all 3 pieces. Look, and there's still room in there to put more stuff in. You can see that it's almost level to the top here. You could even separate the pieces if you needed to, you know, and slip this into a pocket or something like that. Whatever you needed to do to get it to go, but you could take the whole thing with you. So these are just a couple of the things that I know I would take with me to travel on a retreat or something like that. And so for those of you that have smaller spaces and need to kind of cram all your supplies in one thing that's up and out of the way, and then you just pull from there as you need it, I think this would definitely work, okay, for that too. And hopefully it paints you the visual of like, it holds a lot. You can actually put a bunch of stuff in there, okay? All right, let's see. Yes, the So Steady table, Danielle, that's exactly what I'm talking about, the one that has the little legs and that people, it's like you have your regular sewing machine and then it has like an acrylic table that connects to it as the extension table of it. Those are really handy for retreaters. I've seen those a lot at retreats before. So yeah, so I just wanted to share that with y'all so you could see and get an idea what this new Stripology Quilting Case was all about and think of some of the ways, different projects For those of you that want to use it as like inside a closet or hang it up or something, you can sort out your WIP, your works in progress into the different pockets. You're working on a table runner, you're working on a mini quilt, you're working on something else. You can fit in the materials for each in the, oh my bad, I'm down here. You can fit in the materials for the different projects in the different pockets, right? If it's not a small project, maybe it's a little bit bigger, you could use all 4 of them. Have the components that you strip, cut here, then the pieced blocks here, and things like that. You cut out your binding already, you pressed it and all that, slip it into another one. This is a great way, not just to tote this stuff around for storage, but also to organize it, okay? And then remember that you have this here on this side. So if you're doing any type of hand quilting, you can have your batting in here, the whole quilt top, put it together, baste it however you do, and tuck it away. Okay, if you need to add the binding to it, boom, you can do that too. Lynette says, I don't even quilt and I want one. Yeah, because it's kind of like a storage case as well, storage and travel case. But if you're someone, you invest a lot of money in all these different types of supplies and rulers, you want to keep them safe and intact, right? Definitely you can fit them in there. Now, the one cutting mat that I wanted to mention that does not fit in here, obviously are going to be the bigger ones, but this Sew Tights one is too big, okay? And this Sew Tights one measures 20 by 24, but then it extends past. So it's a little bit wider this way, okay? So for those of you that are thinking of maybe toting this one in here, this one won't fit. But a regular 18 by 24 will, okay? If you use like just the regular Olfa or Fiskars cutting mat, that's 18 inches by 24, which is like a common size. That one will definitely fit in there, okay? What else? My ironing board, a wool mat, and I even have a bigger one. Where's my bigger one? Here, let me grab it. A bigger wool mat still fits. This guy on top of my little DIY ironing board, all of them, look at that, they all fit in here. So your ironing board, take your little iron with you. There we go. A little iron. I mean, you can really fit in all the supplies that you would need to sew or quilt, okay? And take your stuff with you on the go. Let me grab this. Now, the outside here is quite shiny. I can see that, if you scratch it up and rub it on stuff, you're going to get marks on it. For me, what I'm probably going to end up doing is sticking a ton of stickers onto it because that is always fun. Put a bunch of different stickers, when we go to these different quilt shows and conferences and stuff, friends bring stickers and we swap and things like that, so you can definitely decorate it up. 2 nice, large, heavy-duty, like the metal zipper pulls to open it, so it opens like this with 2. You have a handle, and then guess what? You want to give them the front camera so they can see this? It stands up because the thing has feet on it, y'all. Do you see the little feetsies? And it stands up on its own, just like that. So, it's big. Look how cool. Yeah, like $374, something like that. It's up there. But it's a great case. This thing is going to keep a ton of stuff safe in here. All right, give them the other camera shot. The link, when they go to the link, it'll take them to the page, to whatever it is at this time, So, look at that. Yeah. So, I wanted to share that with y'all because I know this is a new product that they came out with. I think it's very well made, super well designed. Obviously, Gudrun has been working on this for, I think, almost a decade now. Just like making prototypes, working on it, tweaking it for the things that, that it's made for quilters, obviously by a quilter. So, always good when the products are designed like that. Because they touch on the different things that we need, making sure that we have the space and all the, practical components that we would want to have in something like this, okay? It's not a carry-on. Yeah, somebody was asking, can you travel with it? It says specifically on the thing, on the little card that came with it, it says not recommended as checked luggage for air travel. And I think the dimensions of this, they're bigger than a carry-on, so I don't think you'd be able to take it as a carry-on, okay? But it's called the Stripology Quilting Case, and of course we put the link in the description box below. Yep, it has that hanging option, durable construction, all of that stuff. A lot of the things that I already mentioned on there. So yeah, So, you're welcome, Dee. She says, thanks for sharing. Happy to share with y'all. I'm going to see where I'm going to hang this because now maybe I can have the rulers out on this thing. I may be able to make a little space back there on that wall to hang it up because I do like the idea of keeping all my Stripology rulers flat. I'm not trying to have them crack. Okay? So, yeah. But I wanted to show y'all kind of what size stuff would fit in there just to give you the visual. I know it's all, you know, it's kind of hard sometimes to just see something on a website and think, will that work for this, that, and the other? So hopefully y'all seeing me here messing with it with my hands and putting my supplies and stuff in here gives you, you know, the picture of what all this new case is good for, okay? So don't be surprised if next time you see it, mine has a bunch of stickers on it. I'm going to put some cute stickers on that one for sure. Okay, so the link for that case is in the description box below. That's my affiliate link. So definitely if you want to get it, go ahead and use that. And I think that is going to be it today. So remember, Charlie Bomber Jacket sew along still going on. I think I'm going to go with the black zipper on that jacket. We have a live question and answer session for any students that are signed up for the Charlie Bomber Jacket class on Sunday. And then soon, make sure that you're signed up for my email newsletter list. The link for that is also in the description box below because I'm going to be sending out an email letting y'all know what the February sew along is going to be. So more details on that coming soon. And I hope to see y'all in the next video. Stay warm, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye.